Hello students. Today I'm going to go over a few of the files in Unit Lesson 3. The major assignment for this unit is the persuasive speech assignment. By now you should have become more familiar with how to navigate the unit lessons. So let's go ahead. I have the Unit Lesson 3 checklist, so make sure you click on that to know what assignments are due. Well, the major assignment for this unit lesson is the persuasive speech. I've also included, again, the speech delivery method is the same delivery method you use for your informative. This is the only difference is a persuasive speech, but it's the same delivery method. You could review the instructions again. I have here the student resources where you'll find the student notes for the chapter and PowerPoint. It's only one chapter in this unit lesson, and it is chapter 17. I've also included the video on how to upload your speech video on YouTube. This is the same video I had for unit lesson 2. You have your unit quiz 3. It covers only one chapter, and that is chapter 17. These are files here that you can open up, and it will discuss in detail the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern that you're going to be using for your outline. This is the pattern that is required for the persuasive speech outline, Monroe's motivated sequence, and is a 5-step plan. I've also included I think it's 6 slides, a PowerPoint of 6 slides discussing the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern. I've given you enough resources, enough information so that you can have a better understanding of the outline. This is the link, the persuasive speech assignment link that you will click on after you have uploaded your video through YouTube. You will upload it to submit it through Blackboard, and this is also where you're going to submit your PowerPoint. Just like you did for your informative speech, you would click on this link and you will see browse your computer, and you've saved those the persuasive speech video and the PowerPoint somewhere on your desktop or flash drive. Attach it and then submit. Please read the instructions for the persuasive speech assignment. Again, do not read your assignment, your persuasive speech. It should be delivered extemporaneous. So you make sure you practice and practice so that your delivery can sound conversational, just like you did for your informative speech. I've included the 5 steps of the Monroe's motivated sequence, as you can see here. The speech time is 4 to 6 minutes. You're required to use at least 3 sources. Orally mention those sources as you present your speech. And you also need to cite your sources using either APA or MLA format. And you type those sources on the outline template. And I'll show you that in a little bit. So please read the instructions. It is the same instructions, the same delivery method like you did for your informative speech. This is the example, a student example of the Monroe's motivated sequence persuasive speech outline. I'll open that in a little while. And this is the link. Once you have completed your outline, then you would click on the persuasive outline link. Click on Browse My Computer. You've saved it somewhere. Attach it and submit it. This is the outline template that I have provided for you, and this is the template that you will type in the information, the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern. This is also a video I provided for you explaining a little bit more in detail about this pattern. This person does a wonderful job in explaining each step, so please view that before you do your outline. So let's go ahead and click on the outline template, you would click on the outline template. It is a Word document. Hold on. This is the outline template. So, like I said, it's a Word document. So you will go ahead and type in your information just like you did for the informative speech outline. You will type in your information. You'll type your topic, and the general purpose is 2 words: to persuade. That is it, to persuade. And the specific purpose, just like your informative, you could begin with, after listening to my speech, the audience, again, this is a persuasive, so your words are going to be different. So you can say, after listening to my speech, the audience will be persuaded to whatever your speech is on. Step 1, thesis statement. Just like the informative speech, the thesis statement is very important. This is where you will type in your thesis statement and include the 3 main points that you're going to be discussing in your persuasive speech. These are the problems that you're going to, on the thesis statement, you're going to go ahead and type in the problems that you're going to be discussing in your persuasive speech. And I'm going to show you a student example in a little while. You have the attention getter. This is where you grab your audience attention that is related to your topic. Again, you could begin with a quote, a rhetorical question, a stat, or a personal story. This is where you're going to capture the audience attention, and it is so important from the very beginning. They need to know why they should be listening to you. Why is this important? So make sure you have an attention getter. Then step 2 is the need or problem step. I'm not going to go over each, and it's in as far as what you need in each step, because I have provided a PowerPoint and the guideline document. You need to open up those files and they will explain in more detail about the Monroe's motivated sequence. But I just wanted to show you the outline. So what you would do is you would remove the instructions and type in your information. So delete the instruction. Delete the instruction on each one of the steps. Okay? And at the end right here, you would type in the sources you use using either APA or MLA format. Okay. Let me minimize this. And this is the student example of the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern. So when you click on that, this is an example of a student who did their topic on the American Bird Conservancy, the general purpose to persuade, the specific purpose. They started out with to have audience members aid in the protection of birds by supporting the American Bird Conservancy. The thesis statement, this is where the student included the problems that they were going to be presenting to the audience of what's happening with birds. So here, the student wrote, birds are endangered by habitat destruction, lead poisoning, reflecting windows, and outside cats, And the American Bird Conservancy is trying to reduce these threats to save the birds. So the student has here 3 or 4 problems that they are going to be talking about throughout their presentation. The student showed a media clip. It was 30 seconds or less. And then they began their attention getter with, why do birds matter? You could read this later on. But this is where the student is capturing the audience attention. So as you see this right here, this thesis statement, these are the problems: habitat destruction, lead poisoning. And the describing the need problem step, this is where the student has described the problems: habitat destruction, lead poisoning. This is where they mention the sources right here to add validity, credibility to the speech. They continue on addressing the problems. And then use transitional words to go on to the next step, which the next step is step 3. This is very important. This is the solution step. This is where you describe your plan in detail. Again, please view the PowerPoint of the Monroes that I have provided for you, and also the guidelines file that I have provided for you. It will make sense when you have reviewed that. So please make this outline in detail. 1 or 2 sentences will not do. You need to provide in detail this outline, just like the student did. And as you can see, they did provide in detail. And the action, just like the first part, the attention getter is important. I've said the action is just as important. This is the ending. This is the last step of the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern, the action step. This is where you call the audience to action. This is your last chance that, again, with a persuasive speech, you want a behavioral change. You want to move the audience to do something because you've already explained the solution. This is what they can do. So make it strong. So let's go back to unit lesson 3. And again, you know now how to navigate the files in each unit lesson. Please remember to read this sequence guideline, the PowerPoint that I provided for you, and also this YouTube video about the Monroe's motivated sequence. You do that, I can assure you, you will do well on your outline. Thank you.